From leading the Indiana Fever to a long-awaited playoff appearance to sparking heated debates on ESPN, Caitlin Clark's rookie season has been nothing short of spectacular. However, as she continues to rise, not everyone is giving her the flowers she deserves, and Shannon Sharpe wasn't having any of it. During a recent segment on ESPN, Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back as he called out both ESPN and certain WNBA insiders for downplaying Clark's impact. Despite her record-breaking season, his frustration and comments really showed how he feels about Caitlin and her impact on the game, and that any attempt to minimize her success is rooted in insecurity and jealousy. Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA with high expectations, but even her biggest supporters couldn't have predicted the heights she'd reach so quickly. Averaging 19 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 steal per game, Clark has proven she can not only compete at the highest level, but really dominate. Her ability to create plays and elevate her teammates has made her a fan favorite and an essential player for the Fever. Clark's statistics speak for themselves, and her ability to lead the Fever to a long-awaited playoff appearance further proves her value on the court. Beyond her Rookie of the Year award, Clark's inclusion in the All-WNBA first team alongside league veterans like Ija Wilson and Brianna Stewart shows how quickly she has established herself among the elite. Clark's abilities have garnered immense praise from NBA legends. From LeBron James to Steph Curry and Shaquille O'Neal, the admiration for her game is universal. LeBron James has spoken highly of her, acknowledging the pressures Clark faces as a highly watched rookie, and recognizing the same determination that fueled his own path to greatness. Meanwhile, Steph Curry has praised her shooting ability, drawing comparisons between his deep-range shooting and Clark's own impressive three-point accuracy. Shaquille O'Neal has gone even further, declaring Clark the best female college player ever. This level of praise, especially from a 4-time NBA champion, really shows the widespread respect she has earned. Her dominance in college, where she broke numerous records, including becoming the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, only adds to the legacy she is building in her first WNBA season. Sharpe's frustration wasn't just aimed at those who criticized Clark's abilities, but at what he called the gatekeepers within the WNBA. These individuals, according to Sharpe, are hesitant to fully acknowledge Clark's contributions, for fear that it might overshadow the legacy of players who came before her. He argued that this mindset does more harm than good. Sharpe said how some figures within the league attempt to downplay Clark's significance, trying to maintain the old guard's prominence. Here's what he had to say.
Stephen A., I would be remiss if I didn't say this. A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. But there was a lot of people tried to make sure they keep Caitlin Clark in her place, because what you're doing, if you give her all this shine, you minimize what they done. You can't minimize what Maya Moore or Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie or Lauren Jackson or Diana Taurasi or Simone Augustus or any of the other great players. That Caitlin Clark, what she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done, but we should have been giving her the credit. We saw the ratings, we saw the merchandise sales, we saw the attendance, but y'all want to make it about something else. Oh, what about the women that laid the foundation? What about this? What about it? That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is box office. She's doing this. And instead of giving her credit, y'all tried to make it about, oh, y'all poo-pooing the old guard. Y'all never talked about the old guard like this. Nah, I ain't gonna let it slide. Caitlin Clark, unanimous Rookie of the Year. But what's even more impressive, she's first team WNBA. First.
One of the most interesting points of the segment was the discussion around Caitlin Clark's exclusion from the U.S. Olympic team. While some argue that Clark as a rookie had not yet earned a spot on the roster, Sharpe and his co-hosts felt differently. Sharpe spoke about Clark's ability to draw attention to the WNBA through her marketability and skill, which is where a debate kicked off about if she should have been on the Olympic team or not. Shannon was like a dog to the bone and not letting it go.
Right. I think one of the impetuses, especially for this conversation, was obviously her not getting an Olympic roster spot, right? Remember, we had a big debate over that. Was she deserving of it? Was it more the marketing, the hype? And here's what I'll say, and I know, Andrea, that you agree. At that point, some of us felt like maybe she hadn't proved it in the WNBA, but at this point, she certainly has. So she proved everybody wrong.
What about the guards? Let's talk about the guards that didn't make it. Talk about the guards that did make it. How they play, Andrea? Because you were one of the ones that say she didn't earn it. How did the guards play that within the Olympics? How did they play?
For sure, but we can't take how Caitlin finished the W season and pivot that to how she would have done in the Olympics. That's a completely different
All I'm
argument.
saying is look at that point. Look at how she played up until that point. Chelsea Gray had only played one game before she went to the Olympics. She was out playing Diana Taurasi. Was she outplaying Diana Taurasi at that point in time that she was on the team? It's a simple yes or a simple no.
Was Caitlin outplaying Diana Taurasi? But you can't just factor in current play, Shannon. That's all I'm saying. You got to factor in. If you're factoring in Diana Taurasi's Olympic experience, Diana Taurasi's how she was with the team, I get it.
Shannon, hold on one second. Shannon,
this ain't a lifetime. This wasn't an Olympic lifetime achievement.
Shannon Sharpe, hold on one second. What we're saying is you guys were right. That's what we're saying. You
no,
were right.
Molly, you did not say that, Molly. No,
no.
That is what you said.
You did not. That's not what you said, Molly.
What are you guys
that is not what you said.
I literally just brought it up.
You were talking about.
Now, despite the scrutiny and external pressure, Clark has continued to show up for her team and her fans. Her leadership on the court has turned the Indiana Fever into playoff contenders, a feat not achieved since 2016. Even when facing tough defenses, such as being guarded by the 6'4" DeWanna Bonner in her playoff debut, Clark's adaptability stood out. Beyond her resilience on the court, Clark's presence has elevated the Fever's offense, empowering teammates like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston to perform at higher levels. Sharpe emphasized, Caitlin Clark comes in and the entire offense shifts. She elevated her teammates. Clark's performances have drawn attention not only from WNBA fans, but from the broader sports world. NBA legends like Kevin Durant, Isaiah Thomas, and so many others have spoken highly of her. Durant praised Clark's impact on women's basketball, emphasizing that her presence helps elevate the entire league. As Shannon Sharpe noted, Clark's journey isn't just about individual accolades, it's about helping the WNBA grow. Her ability to attract fans and bring media attention to the league has been transformative. There's a reason the term the Caitlin Clark effect was created. When Caitlin is playing and her name is circulating, it's clear as day to see that the hype and attention is higher than ever before for that game. So it was good that Shannon was standing up for her. While the debate over Clark's place in the WNBA and her exclusion from the Olympic team may continue, one thing is clear: her impact on the league is undeniable. Whether it's through her scoring, playmaking, or marketability, Caitlin Clark is shaping the future of the WNBA. As Shannon Sharpe and his co-hosts made clear, Clark's rookie season isn't just about individual accolades. It's about how she's helping to grow the game. Her presence in the WNBA has not only drawn in new fans, but also revitalized interest in women's basketball. With her rookie campaign behind her, all eyes will be on Caitlin Clark as she continues to break barriers, silence critics, and push the WNBA into its next chapter.